Good morning. Happy Wednesday to everyone this morning. How's everyone doing? I hope everyone's having a great Wednesday so far. You know, it's Wednesday. It's going to be a beautiful day here in sunny Tampa, Florida. The sun's already coming up. As you can see in the background here, it's a beautiful day on the lake here in front of my house. So, here we go. I got my coffee with me this morning. Here, let me say I taste it. Deliciousness. I had to put that down for a moment. So here we go. Live and learn and pass it on. And that's what I'm doing. I'm passing on words of encouragement. Today's reading comes from, I've learned that marriages are meant to last a lifetime. When they don't, all the world suffers. I was blessed to have a set of grandparents on my mother's side that my grandparents were married for 68 years. 68 years of marital bliss. Can you imagine 68 years with the same person? Well, I tell you, I see, even still to this day, my grandmother's gone to be with the Lord, and I see the joy and the happiness and also the sadness in my grandfather. But that is a strong man. For so many years, all my life, all my family's life, we never thought my grandmother would go first. Because, we didn't think my grandfather could handle it. Because they were such in love, and my grandmother did so much for that man. She was a magnificent woman, and he's a magnificent man with a military background, retired Army, and went on and did great things after he retired from the military. I was blessed to be able to spend the summers with my grandparents. Every summer I went there. I had friends all over in Blue Springs, Missouri, Blacksburg, Virginia, where they lived, and I went there every summer. But sometimes marriages don't last. I'm from a divorced family, but you know what? Today, I realized it wasn't meant to be. It was God's plan for my mom and dad to separate, to go and get remarried, to have amazing relationships with the men with my stepfather and my stepmother that they have today. And today, that is what I model myself. I don't model myself. I use their model that they have for themselves, and I use that for my life. And that's what I'm looking for today, is to work on myself, to make me a better man, to make me a better person in life, in my career, and all these things, to where I can be that husband that I'm meant to be one day, when that day comes. And who my significant other may be, well, I don't know yet. But God's working on that. And He has prepared me through my trials and tribulations of failed relationships, of failed careers, failed all these things, to make me the man that I am today. To be able to stand up and, work on the Jonathan. And, there have been some very influential people in my life. Very influential people. Doctors, lawyers, successful businessmen that have gave me advice in the past months to tell me, Jonathan, work on yourself. And the God, when I say God, I mean the God of, through AA, it's not particularly God Almighty, but that's my belief. But you can believe in whatever you want to believe in, and as long as you put your trust and your hope and your dreams into something bigger than yourself, and with that, that will allow for a wonderful marriage one day, hopefully. And it's, I say all that to, because it's just me, I'm reflecting. And, just having coffee this morning is a very nostalgic moment where I used to sit around the table with my grandparents and have coffee. And these are the things or the moments that I remember the most. And, that's why I saw that there this morning and just wanted to share a little bit about my family and about the life that my grandparents lived that, has instilled within me. And, with that being said, thank you all for the ones that you watch me every day. Like and share. Let's spread these words of encouragement out there to those people that may need to hear a little bit of encouragement. Stop and say, compliment someone. That will make someone's day. And everyone, you have a wonderful day. Thank you for tuning in today. We'll see you again tomorrow.